Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to be talking about leaders and listening. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 7th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy committed to your success. The president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, a best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, is going to be released shortly. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is "Sign de ii desu ka?" Sign de ii desu ka? Often in Japan, you have to have a hanko to sign for things, but in other occasions, they will accept a handwritten signature. So if you're checking whether you need a hanko, the chop to sign something, acknowledge it, or to sign, you could just ask, "Sign de ii desu ka? Sign de ii desu ka? Sign de ii desu ka? Sign de ii desu ka? Can I sign it? Can I sign it? Can I handwrite it? Can I handwrite the signature? Sign de ii desu ka? Sign de ii desu ka? Sign de ii desu ka?" This is episode number 408. Today we're talking about the listening leader. Leaders are often poor listeners in the modern age. To listen to our team members requires the allocation of precious time. Advances in technology, especially handheld devices, was trumpeted as unfurling access to more time for contemplative pursuits and work-life balance. Is there anyone out there who feels they are now more ebullient because of all the extra time that technology has thrown our way? Probably not. In fact, as the pace of life has sped up, we are more time poor than ever. The mobile phone has become addictive, and we are reaching for it almost every second of the day. We carry it around, we keep it close, and we are plugged in 24/7. Leaders are probably the most time poor in society, and so interactions with our team members becomes more and more transactional. We want something from them in exchange for salary. We want that report, that update, that meeting, and then we rush to the next thing on our to-do list. If we clocked how much time we spend each day coaching our people, the results would be preposterously bad. Developing our people is one of the key tasks of the leader. How can you develop people if you have little clue as to what is happening in their life? Japan is especially tricky because staff don't share much about their private lives with their colleagues or the boss. For example, if someone is getting married, they keep it a secret until it is a done deal. So there is no possibility of the marriage plans falling over and them losing face. This means, as the boss, we need to make a bigger effort to engage our staff and understand what are the key things in their lives. We need to see where we can help them advance their careers. But time-poor people struggle with this. I know myself, I have never been busier. When things are going well, you're busy fulfilling client orders. When things are bad, you are busy trying to get client orders. There's no rest. Everyone working from home has made the whole communication piece more challenging as a leader. My time-poor status has been elevated even more negatively by the pandemic and its impact on business. As bosses, we imagine we are listening to our staff because we are too optimistic about our time allocations and priorities. In fact, we are giving orders, checking on details, and coordinating efforts across the team. This is not listening, because the direction tends to be one way. Aye, aye, Captain. As a response from our staff is not communication. It is a passive response to our barrage of demands. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Our show today is sponsored by, on the 12th of May, our cross and upselling program. On the 14th of May, we're doing leading and managing. On the 18th of May, time management. 21st of May, developing subordinates. On the 28th of May, communicating with different personality styles. You can find out more about those programs on our website at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for Selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, as well as my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 1,000 for you there on Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's a premiere business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays we have Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. There are different levels of listening, and if we are not careful, we can get stuck down the bottom of the hierarchy at pretend or selective listening. With ideas, thoughts, decisions buzzing around inside our brains like a lot of bees on speed, we can miss what is going on around us. People are telling us things, but we have not been able to break away from the thoughts occupying our minds. Instead, we make sounds that appear to indicate we are listening, but actually we are in the pretend listening phase. Or we may be filleting the white noise emanating from our staff member and seeking only the most highly relevant bits, ignoring the rest. It is as if, instead of speed reading, we are speed listening, skimming through the conversation, picking out the plums and discarding the rest. We want to move up the scale to attentive listening and emphatic listening. I used to work with a younger colleague who would continue looking at his computer screen and keep typing while you were talking to him. After suffering from that bizarre and unnerving experience, I made a commitment. Whenever people want to speak with me, I need to physically prop the keyboard up on my desk, turn my head to face them, and look straight into their eyes, giving them my 100% attention. I need to be fully present for what they want to say to me and do no filtering. I need to relax and really listen to what they are saying and also think about what they are not saying. Empathetic listening is extremely difficult if you don't make the time to speak with the team members. We need to know what is going on in their life. The only way to do that is to leap off the leader rat treadmill and spend time with them. We need to take a leaf from the slow food movement. We need an equivalent slow leadership movement if we want to really hear our staff. Slow down with people to understand their perspective, their emotions, and their thinking. We are listening with our hearts, eyes, and ears to hear their needs. They are not making as many Japanese as they used to, so we will all be locked in a struggle to the death to recruit and retain staff. It is a zero-sum game. If you cannot keep the right people and your competitor can, then they can put you out of business. The boss ability to listen at the empathetic level is going to reflect the type of culture and environment where people feel they can do good work. Get this wrong, and no amount of tech will rescue you. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Take what you found valuable, immediately put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. Be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.